Netflix holds a wide catalogue of movies and TV shows for its audience to watch. Anthology shows are something that are a little different to your everyday TV show. A show where every episode is a completely different story or tale, and they hold no relevance to the other, unless they want to include a few Easter eggs, that is. In this video, I'm going to be looking at what anthologies on the streaming platform are worth a watch, and worth investing your time into. So, what are they? Well, let's find out. Before I go ahead, make sure you go over to my Twitter, @brainpilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. So without further ado, I'm Brainpilot, and here are the 5 best anthologies on Netflix. Just to let you know, this video will not contain spoilers, so don't worry. Number 5. Don't Watch This. Don't Watch This is coming in at 5th place on the list. Whilst it's relatively interesting at points, it definitely is probably one of the least well-produced anthologies on the platform. It has some really great concepts for its short episodes, and the fact that the shortest episode is only 2 minutes highlights that the show is something that's not necessarily trying to follow the rules. Its budget is obviously not that high, and it does seem like something that was thrown together quite quickly. But that aside, if you take it at face value for what it is, it's definitely watchable. With stories such as a gamer being stuck inside his VR game, and a girl who wants to murder 2 other girls to bring their bond closer, it's definitely a show that's worth watching. It focuses more on the horror aspect rather than being a drama or a sci-fi piece. But at points it does get experimental and makes you feel uncomfortable. I'd highly recommend the penultimate episode. In my opinion, that was the best one. Number 4. Love, Death and Robots. Love, Death and Robots is the most recent anthology that was added to the platform. This show consisted of 18 animated short episodes that were all completely different from each other, and were all in different genres as well. Some of the episodes had more poignant meanings, and some were just all out made for fun. The shortest episode in the show came in at around 7 minutes, and if I'm being honest, the majority of the episodes in this show were really good. Dealing with humanity ruining the planet, a farmer trying to kill aliens, a woman being lost in space, and a yogurt taking over the world. Yes, you heard that right. It's a real mixed bag, but all of the episodes are brilliant. It's a show you can binge through in a day and not feel guilty because it's just that good. Number 3. Inside Number 9. Inside Number 9 is a British TV show that airs on the BBC, and it follows a similar structure and route to what Black Mirror does. Whilst it doesn't revolve around technology, it normally has the main principle of the main character ending the episode worse off than when they started. It's a dark drama with elements of comedy in, so at points you don't know whether to be scared, worrying for the character, or be laughing your head off. The episodes are slightly more structured than the show Don't Watch This, as there's a strong narrative that runs through every episode, and that works really well for it, as it allows you to relate to the characters and understand their motives. Some episodes are obviously better than others, as they have completed 4 seasons now, so there's bound to be a few poor ones. However, I would say watch the episode 12 Days of Christine, Bernie Clifton's Dressing Room, The Understudy, and Diddle Diddle Dumpling. That would give you a wide overview of what the show is about, and you'll know whether or not you want to watch it. You won't be disappointed for starting this show. That's something I'm certain of. Number 2. The Twilight Zone. Whilst I know that this show isn't on the British version of Netflix, I've seen that it's on some other countries' platforms. There's no way that this show could not have been put on this list. This is the original series that essentially paved the way for many of the shows that we've seen today, with political statements being made, social commentary being made, and just fantastic writing that enables the messages not to feel inflicted upon you. The show is definitely worth watching, although it isn't necessarily the most comfortable on the eye to watch due to it being quite old. The writing, acting, stories and twists that are all involved allow you to get past that. It was a show that was ahead of its time, and it's still just as powerful today as what it was back in 1958. Number 1. Black Mirror. Coming in at the top of this list is the sci-fi anthology written by Charlie Brooker called Black Mirror. I'm pretty certain most people have heard of this show, and I'd be surprised if they haven't. With each episode having a different narrative, and several of them focusing around technology and the repercussions on society once it's been implemented, it's a dark show that leaves you with more questions than answers when it finishes. And it also leaves you wondering if this is what the future holds for the society that we live in. Visually, it's shot beautifully, and it has a cast that consists of brilliant actors, and even when you go back to the older episodes, the quality of writing is still there. It's not a show that's worse off than when it started. If anything, it's better. If you watch an episode with somebody, you'll be discussing what you've just watched hours after it finished. And also, there's an interactive episode, so it's something a bit different. Make sure you go and give that show a watch. There you go. What I believe are the 5 must-watch anthologies on Netflix. If you want to see what I've rated many TV shows and movies, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. Comment a movie and I'll rate it over there. As well, if you want to say in what videos you see on this channel, then over on the community page I've started releasing polls. Have a vote and have your say on what videos you see on this channel. If you want to support the channel in a different way, then I've recently set up a Patreon. Over there, you can get your hands on some exclusive content. Take a look and see what you think. What is your favourite anthology on Netflix? Do you agree with me? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.